Greetings and salutations, this is Jason Silverain and I'm playing a bit more Rakenzarn Frontier story today. Now I've decided to go back to some previous areas before I continue with the main story and see if there's any changes or side quests I haven't completed. I'm sure I remember there being one that I couldn't do in a previous version, so I'm going to go catch up on that. Now I've already gone back to Hope's Peak Academy and I literally cannot leave the house at this point. It keeps asking if I want to rest, and it just won't let me go any further. It keeps saying that the girls have been returned home and such from the earlier story, so that doesn't seem to have updated. This world seems to be the one that has the most changes so far, and I'm going to go into that in just a second. I've just been going around the mansion and there's nothing new. I couldn't find anything anyway. I went to all the locations, I went in and out of the meta world. I couldn't seem to go back into the mansion. I mean, that makes sense because that whole world is just supposed to be there stealthily and not be caught. I did find a chest I'd missed actually in the forest, so that was a nice bonus. So I'm just going to quickly check my equipment, because I got something called the Meta Vest. Magic Defense, and look, it's closed. So, can I equip you with it? Agility goes down slightly, but my defences go up a bit more. You know, we'll go with that. Oh no, her top gives her like massive defense, and he's got royal armor, which, yeah, just leave it like that. So I've had a slight improvement with my equipment there. Now there are two changes I'm just going to go through. Both the village and the fort has been changed. Now first of all, the village is no longer populated with villagers. It's full of these warriors who essentially talk about what's happened to the village. But most importantly is this chap back here who gives you a hint. It's a realm walker. Let me tell you something, if you go back to a previous dungeon and return to the place where you fought a powerful enemy, you may encounter new enemies. You may get a reward for doing so. Fair enough, there's nothing else seems to be here. I'll just do a double check. I think that's pretty much everyone apart from this chap in this corner here. Yeah, so that just hints that there's new things in previous areas, which you have to go to a previous area to discover. So, all these guys are talking about the aftermath of the battle. Some of them still say the same things as before. Yeah, I got the hint there's something at the top of the fort. That's the thing I couldn't go to last time. So let's just go straight in here. There doesn't appear to be any enemies. I'm guessing the enemies that remain are actually inside the fort, which is kind of unusual considering the fort was the place they were defending. So you think the courtyard of the place with the enemies still there. I'm not seeing any more enemies. I'm just going to save just in case this turns out to be like a very tough secret battle. Because last time, if I remember right, there was something up here. There we go. Still not available. Was worth a shot. Okay. So the boss hasn't been updated yet. Fair enough. And no new quests seem to be available in any of the other areas. However, I do like the fact that the previous areas are being updated as time goes on. Again, there's quite a few games that forget to do that. Now, I know there's a quest giver I almost missed over here, and I'll be honest, this is the one problem with the, you know, area, the Realm Walkers Academy, is there's so many random RPG Maker characters that no one actually stands out. They're all so wildly different and varied. but they're all like generic random characters. There's not really that many famous characters. But then again, getting sprites for famous characters is a bit of a pain. Gotta love that hand-coloured, hand-drawn picture there. In my own head canon, she's like a paper version. Like Paper Mario. If there's any more side quests, then I just cannot find them. There's nothing on the side quest board, which this is actually another little issue I just wanted to address. You've got people giving side quests around the town, fair enough, but you've got to remember all those are very easy to miss, especially when you've already established there's a side quest board. And it perhaps might be worth just sticking a few generic side quests up there, like kill so many of this enemy. Not that I'm having trouble earning money or anything like that so far. The enemy drop rate of items is very generous. Like, any trace of their existence is gone, no one remembers them. That is quite an efficient cleanup. Is it a thing only outsiders notice if they knew them, but the locals have been affected by a mind-affecting spell, maybe? Oops. Kind of skipped a conversation piece there. God, having someone who can read your thoughts all the time must be a pain in the ass. You'd have to practice, like basically keeping a still, clear mind a lot. Also, it kind of makes you not think what you're going to say or do anything. Like, just think about it. How often do you speak and you don't think about what you're going to say ahead of time? You just let it go and let yourself ramble a bit. Or maybe that's just me. Maybe that's why I drone on a bit. Alright. Yeah, that's the universe code I need. Oops. Guess we're leaving this area. We're going to Dawn Creek. There's very little we could do here last time. Can't go in the pub, so... I like the fact the pub and the inn are actually different places. They do serve different purposes. Because too many fancy genres have the tavern as the inn as well. It did kind of happen, but you know, you'd be more likely to be sleeping in the common room, which is like essentially by the fire. Well, he might be, but I'm not. Mercenary, guild member, librarian, waitress? could have changed the mouth up a little bit more. 3 of them have the same mouth. Just the eyes look so weird when they're like big and wide. They're all in like their 30s, which in a fantasy setting must mean they're really doing really well for themselves. Maybe the townsfolk really don't like them. Okay, I hope I don't have to start memorizing those faces and constantly checking back and forth. I didn't really look at the characters so much as I did just pay attention to the information about them. Okay, the library was... I thought it was up here. I want to think of a different fantasy town. Yeah, there's the library. Oh, she just kicked the door open? Or does she have a lockpicking kit? Okay, random plate on table, can't look at that. Now, the summons didn't say anything about that? What is that? Everyone stood on it. Okay, I've got a clue that she did exist. So that's a waste of bows and arrows. Oh, creepy? Oh god, I knew something like that was going to come up. Okay, that's the first person. Just gonna save just in case. Did the quest actually update? Oh, that's quite nice equipment. I realise the buck symbol probably means experience points. Probably. Just gonna double check that. Yeah, it's going to be experience points. Okay, can I check it in the library? Don't tell me I'm going to have to check every damn bookshelf. None of them particularly stand out. Okay, so the librarian may have seen the previous librarian before somewhere. Nothing in the hedges. I can't get into that back room in any particular way. There's nothing behind the library that seems to be interactable. Well, two of them from the guild, so I better go check that out. Let's try chatting to the random adventurers in the tavern again. No, just the standard information. I'm guessing this chap here will be the only one I can question. Shouldn't you go get that rather than let perfect strangers into the back rooms? Okay, guess that's all I have to ask. Yep, so we've looked at the thing there. Should be key items, missing picture. Oh good, that works. So the only person I've not checked is waitress. No, the librarian seems to be a bit of a dead end. Yeah, so there's a port town nearby, there seems to be singing, so what? Well, it's not exactly targeting that young women, most of them in their late 20s, 30s, with one of them being a standout at 16. Probably spellcasting. And with that line, I think I'm going to call it a day here. And to be honest, Lion's got it right. Playing Evil and RPGs, 9 times out of 10 you will realise your plans will be over the top complicated. But I'll catch you later.